Erev Pesach, Shalom, everyone. I just learned something so incredible with my son. I wanted to share it with you before Pesach. And really, I miss all of you. Wishing you a really healthy Chag Kasher V'Sameach during this time. Um, we were learning together about the Arba Banim. And we saw that in the Yerushalmi, the four sons are depicted in a different way. Instead of the classic ones that we have, the Chacham, the Rasha, the Tam, and the She'enu Yodei L'Shol, in the Yerushalmi it says the Chacham, the Rasha, the Tipesh, and the She'enu Yodei L'Shol. And we were reading something that Rav Meidan wrote about that, where he said that when you have those four, then that dichotomy is actually different. The Chacham is going to be lined up with the Tipesh, because you have the smart son and you have the not so smart son. And then the Rasha is going to be lined up with the She'enu Yodei L'Shol. And what's the reason for that dichotomy? What's going on here? And Rabbi Meidan pointed out that if you look in the Psukim in the Torah, when it speaks about the Rasha and the She'enu Yodei L'Shol, the Psukim are specifically related to the Korban Pesach and the eating of the Korban Pesach that evening. The Rasha, on the one hand, he is saying, Ma'avodah zot lachem, knowing the centrality of the Korban Pesach to our religion, knowing how important this is. This is the one halacha where you have that. It's one of the only mitzvot that you have karet without doing it. There's a Pesach Sheni. There are all these different aspects that this is the covenantal, and Rabbi Dan takes us through. This is throughout Jewish history. This was symbolizing the formation of a covenant, of the giving up of the ways of Rishut from the years before, whether it was Chizkiah, whether it was Yoshia, whether it was the Yoshua when he came into Eretz Yisrael after the death of the 40 years of wandering. This is giving up the old ways. This is re-establishing the covenant with God. Ma'avodah zot lachem, he's considered Rasha. The Ben She'enu Yodei L'Shol, though, he, according to Rav Meidan, is a different tipus. He is somebody who is, he sits there and he sees the rush of his family. He sees that they're eating it, Madnechem Chagurim, with their, getting ready to go. They're getting ready with the matzahs and the maror, and they're eating it, and they're doing all this work. And he sits and he's like, I'm just going to do. I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm going to accept this. This is my job right now. My job right now is not to ask questions. I don't need to understand everything in order to do it. I just need to do it because I see that this is what the right thing is to do. Maybe there'll be time for questions later, maybe not. This is Nasa v'nishma. This is the beautiful tmimut. This is the faith that we follow after Hashem because we trust Him, and not necessarily because we need to understand everything. And the Rasha is the type of, and maybe even the other sons, they're the sons that they need to understand before they do. Oh, we need to understand why. The Ben She'enu Yodei L'Shol, he is the true hero. He does it without asking. He sees the rush of the family, he sees the chipazon, and he does it anyway. And the Torah says that even for this son, Aptachlo, right? The Haggadah said, Aptachlo, still be God to Levincha biyomahu. It's not ki shilcha, there's no question, but still you have to give him a reason. Even though he's willing to do it without anything, we still give him a reason. We still explain to him. We still welcome it into the narrative. The narrative is still important. The reasons are important, but it's not the primary reason that we do it. We do first, and then we understand the reasons. And I think perhaps in this year, more than any other year, this message is important. When, right now, perhaps we think about, right, we're living in a time when the messages of Yetziat Mitzrayim of that night were so clear, right? We had an invisible plague. It was called a negef, a plague that's coming, and the solution, not for this magifa, for this negef, not to affect Bnei Israel on the night of Leil HaSeder over 3,000 years ago, the solution was Al tetzei mipetach beito. Don't leave your house. Stay home. We have the Seder with your family, and we realize that in an invisible force that's coming to destroy, we can save our community and Am Yisrael and Bnei Israel and maybe the whole world through us believing in another invisible force that's going to come and save us. And perhaps that's and that's not necessarily something we understand. It's not something we could ask questions about. It's something that we do first and then we understand afterwards. And that's something I was just learning with my son. I wanted to share with you before this Pesach. And it's my bracha to all of you that this is a year that you're able to find meaning in spending perhaps Pesach in a way that you weren't expecting. You'll find meaning in that way. And b'zchut lo tetzei mimenu ad boker lo tetzei mipetach beito. B'zchut that you're staying in your homes, we'll all find a global Yeshua, and we'll be able to move on and reconnect in person and not just virtually. Chag Sameach.